All right, thank you for joining me in yet another exercise in which I will be reading a paragraph to you, such as the one located right behind me. Embedded within this paragraph are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and so forth. Please keep that in mind as you listen to me read. Afterwards, I will then step out of frame and ask that you pause the video to make corrections independently and resume when you are ready to correct with me. For now, I'll go ahead and get started by reading the paragraph. All right. Mom and Dad was close behind Ricky. Dad, look at this. The creature's silver claws still held tightly onto the rock, and its 3 eyes stared at us. I think it's stuck, said Dad. Let's lift the rock. The creature gave a yelp as we began to lift the heavy, wet rock. As soon as we did, the strange creature immediately disappeared into the incoming tide. Its lean, slippery, whipping tail was the last thing we saw as it slipped away. All right, go ahead and pause here to make those corrections and resume when you are ready to correct with me. Leaf blower. Alrighty, I am moving and shaking, so we're going to go ahead and just jump straight in. Right at the beginning, of course, you know to start with a capital. Let's go ahead and add that capital. So Mom and Dad was close, were close, right? So we've got a plurality of people, so were. We want that verb to agree. We're close behind Ricky, period. Dad, comma. Look at this. And here you can kind of alternate between either an exclamation mark if you feel as though Ricky is excited and you want him to emote more, or you can just use a period, right? Either one. For me, I'm going to go ahead and insert, I'm just going to strike that quotation mark, insert an exclamation mark, and then close quote it. So here, continuing. The creature's silver claws. Here we have a plurality of a creature. Instead, I want to showcase the possession, right? I want to use possession of the silver claws and attribute that to the creature. With that, I need to include the possessive, which means I have to incorporate an apostrophe before the S. Now it's the singular creature's silver claws still held tightly onto the rock, and its 3 eyes stared at us, period. I think it is stuck, comma, said Dad, period. Let's lift the rock, period. Close quote. The creature gave a yelp as we began to lift the heavy, comma, wet rock. As soon as we did, the strange creature immediately disappeared into the incoming tide, period. Its lean, comma, slippery, comma, whipping tail. And here you can hyphenate whipping and tail. You don't have to. This is something I chose to do because it seems fitting, right? The relationship between both words is pretty strong. The whipping tail was the last thing we saw as it slipped away. And I'm going to go ahead and conclude with a period. Alrighty, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like. I would appreciate it. And if you'd like to continue to practice with me, by all means, subscribe. And I look forward to hopefully working with you again. All right, thank you, and have a good day.